Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be taking basics of Salesforce. So let's go and get started. What is Salesforce? Salesforce is basically a cloud-based CRM tool. It stores your customer data, gives you processes to nurture prospective customers, and provides ways to collaborate with people you work with. So let's say if you are trying to implement Salesforce for sales and service company, then with the help of Salesforce, sales team can view customer data, and basically it provides 360-degree view of customer whenever they are interacting with customers, and they can track all the interaction they are doing with customer in Salesforce. So that is the main purpose of CRM, to interact with customer and track all the information. So Salesforce comes with a lot of standard functionality or out of the box products features that you can use to run any business. So for example, Salesforce comes with out of the box functionality that you can use, like workflows, process builders. You don't have to code anything. These are point and click features which are available in Salesforce. So without coding knowledge also, people can customize as per their business requirement. And but in some cases, if some more customization is required, so we can always use Apex code and deliver the functionality as per the business requirement. And there is with the platform feature, we can also we can also use app exchange products, which are available. So those applications we can also integrate with Salesforce, and basically that are designed to use with the Salesforce. And but you have to pay some license fees for that app exchange product, and some are free. So so a lot of customization is possible with Salesforce. So let's understand data model of Salesforce. So whenever you are building any functionality, you start with app. So app is basically is a set of objects, fields, or other functionality that supports our business processes. So you can see which app you're using and switch between apps using the app launcher. So let me show you uh, in the practice org. So currently I'm in the practice org, and you can see the sales app is being selected here. And if you go, this is app launcher. If you click on app launcher, you can basically switch between different apps: service, marketing, community, sales, like this. So suppose if you want to switch into service, so that will take you to the service app. So app is basically a set of objects, fields, and the processes that serve the purpose for that app. Correct. So let's understand what are objects, fields, and records. So these objects, you are seeing these tabs: home, chatter, accounts, contacts. These are nothing but you'll consider these tabs as an object, and consider this as a table in the database. So account is the table. Suppose account is the name of the table, right? And under that we will have different columns. And so these columns will be referred in Salesforce as fields, and the record that you are inserting in that particular table is considered as the row in the table. So let's say if you're going in new, so these fields are basically the columns in the table, and the record that you are inserting is basically uh, is the row in the row record of that table. Correct. So let's go in in our PPT and understand. Objects are tables in the Salesforce database that stores particular kind of information, right? So account will store, you know, store the company's information. So basically, you are storing the set particular information in that particular table. There are standard objects like accounts, contacts, and custom objects specific to the business requirement. Custom objects are the objects which we create as per the business requirement. And fields are columns in the object database table. Both standard and custom objects have fields. And records are rows in the object database tables. Records are the actual data associated with an object. Okay, let's understand Salesforce architecture. So Salesforce architecture is based on model view controller. So model view controller is a software architecture pattern which is separated by the representation of information from the user interaction. So anything displayed to user is a part of view, and business logic implementation is a part of controllers, and tables in Salesforce is a part of model. So model basically consists of metadata, Salesforce objects, Apex objects, database.com schema forms the model layer, and view is the pages, sites, standard UI, buttons, forms, tab, basically that is visible to the user. And controller basically is the logic that that you are building, or that is already a part of the processes that comes with the standard app which in the Salesforce. So force.com uses workflows, Apex triggers, Apex controller that will constitute in the form of controller in the Salesforce MVC architecture. And let's understand the object relationship in Salesforce. So object relationship, it is a special type of field that connects two objects together. Okay, so there are two widely used relationship in Salesforce, that is lookup relationship and master detail relationship. So lookup relationship where the two objects are loosely coupled with each other, and there is no cascade deletion effect on the child object when you delete the primary object. And child or detailed side object does not inherit any security and sharing setting from the parent object. Also, it is not mandatory to refer the parent object while creating the child object. So whenever you are connecting two objects, so the primary object will be on the one side and the child object will be on the many side. So you are creating basically one to many relationship. So you will be creating the lookup relationship on the many side, and you will be referring the parent record from that child record. Correct. So master detail relationship. So in master detail relationship, basically the two objects are tightly coupled with each other, and so there is a cascade deletion effect on the child object when you delete the primary object. So if you are deleting primary object, so child record will also get deleted with that operation. And child or detail side object inherits the security and sharing settings from the parent object. Also, in master detail relationship, we can create roll-up summary field on the master object. So through the help of roll-up summary field, we can perform three operations, primarily max, min, and also we can show the count, and we can also do average from the child record. Also, it is mandatory to refer the parent object while creating the child object. So again, in master detail relationship also we are creating one to many relationship, and primary object will be on the one side and child object will be on the many side, and will be whenever we are connecting two object with the master detail relationship, always will be creating the master detail relationship on the many side. Standard object cannot be on the many side. of the custom object. So you will see. So many to many relationship. Above two examples describes one to many relationship where master and parent object is on the one side and child object is on the many side. There could be situation when we need to create many to many relationship. So there is no direct field through which we can create many to many relationship. However, through the help of junction object, we can establish many to many relationship between two objects. So if you are trying to create many to many relationship between object A and object B, then you have to create a junction object called C, and you need to build one to many relationship uh, between C, and that has to be a master detail relationship in order to create many to many relationship. Hierarchical relationship. These type of relationship is a special lookup relationship available only for the user object. It allows users to use a lookup field to associate one user with another that does not directly or indirectly refer to itself. For example, you can create a custom hierarchical relationship field to store each user direct manager. It is one-to-one relationship. It can be created only with the user object in the approval. So it is we can use a hierarchical relationship in the approval process so as to assign who is reporting to whom. Correct? Okay. So let's understand the sales process in Sales Cloud. So okay, so before explaining this process, let's understand what are leads. So leads are the people and the companies that are basically potential customer that can be interested to buy company products and services, right? So we get leads through various channels, like we do marketing campaigns, right? And we buy leads from other companies or through other mediums, like when you are like Google search. So whenever you are searching for some product or some companies, you go to Google and try to search, and then you visit company's website, like that. So next step is to capture the lead records in the sales org. Either we can automate that process, or the process we can or we can create records manually. Okay. So suppose for example, we can set a web to lead. So in this slide I have showed like the leads are basically coming from web, email or other sources. So other sources means uh, you know your company is buying leads from other company. So either you can use some tool or data loader in order to generate the leads in your Salesforce org. And web, basically there will be when any customer visiting the website, a company gives some kind of form where they can fill the information, and so once they submit the form, that will basically generate lead in the Salesforce org. Or also we can give company's email ID, where they can fill the where they can fill that, where they can send the email, and that email will convert into lead. Okay. So basically these are the automated process that we can configure in our org in order to capture the lead. So so once the leads are generated in the Salesforce org, sales team contact leads and inform and suggest about their products and services. If the leads are interested in company's product and services, sales team qualifies the lead and convert into account, contact and opportunity. So we can basically convert the leads in account and contact, that is, but we have option to convert directly into opportunity as well. In some situation company uses that option, otherwise they can always go into account and create opportunity from there, correct? So but that is also possible. Uh, I will come on to that point later. So let me explain you what is account, contact, and opportunity first. So account basically holds the company's information. It can be company or it can be individual person as well. And contacts are the person who works in that company. Suppose some company approaches they can be salesperson from that team, so they are the key contacts uh, for that account. So we'll keep that information in the contact. And opportunity, through opportunity, sales team basically track the activities on deals right from the prospecting stage till closed one stage. So opportunity, through opportunity object, we track each activity uh, for the sales team. So once the opportunity is created, we create code. So code is basically a company facing document or template, so that we send over to the customer for the approval. So in code, we code will consist of basically the product and services that we are offering, include the price and the suggested price and discount that we are offering to that customer, and the calculation will also get done in the code, right? So so once the code is approved from the customer, so we'll be creating code 1, code 2, code 3. So um, depending on, suppose we are creating one code and they are not agreeing on to that code, we'll be creating another code, and suppose they approve second code or third code, like that. uh, so sales team, once the quote is approved, sales team sets the stage of the opportunity as closed one. So that means the opportunity is completed, right? And through some automation, then we'll generate contract and order. And so once the contract is, when the contract and order is generated from that opportunity, we'll send that information to the finance team. So finance team will uh, uh, take care of the cash process and how they are taking the payment from the customer. So either we can automate that through CPQ also, and there are some other tools, third party application, uh, through which we can do the payment part, and we can configure that in our Salesforce app. So there various app exchange products are available, along with we can do also with the CPQ. So that basically that all that process is basically called as code to cash, right? Where we are completing from end to end. So that concludes the basics of Salesforce in this video. Please let me know if you have any question or any feedback, or if I'll be happy to answer all your question. Thank you.